Thank you, Madam President. I may be showing my age a little bit. For a long time, I was the youngest counselor. Now, at least 3 of you are younger than me. But I have such fond memories of the BYCC program, the Boston Youth Cleanup Program, commonly known as the Red Shirts. Many of my friends were participants or Red Shirts in the late 1990s as a teenager. I wasn't. I had a summer job during the summers of those years, working in what is now Councillor Campbell's office, formerly Councillor Peggy Davis Mullen's office. That was my summer job during the day, right down the hallway. Then Roach Brothers, of course, at night. But I know Councillor McCarthy, my co-sponsor on this, played an outside role in his former capacity working for Mayor Menino and oversaw this program. This was a tremendous program for many years. I think it was originally started by Mayor Flynn in the late 80s, lasted till about 2002, where budget constraints may have parted back. It began as the Red Shirt, later became the Gray Shirts. My Chief of Staff, Bill McGregor, was a Red Shirt. He actually still has his red shirt, but I couldn't dragoon him to wearing it in today. Unlike me, his high school shirt still fits him. It wouldn't be the case for me. But it was a great program. It was helping kids with a summer job. They'd often be cleaning up on city parks or playgrounds or areas. And it was very a worthwhile aspect of our youth summer job programs. And I think now is the opportunity that we ought to bring it back. We ought to really encourage a vocational technical aspect to it as well, working with some of our nonprofit partners, chiefly Harvard University and the Arnold Arboretum between District 5 and District 6. This shouldn't be the only summer jobs. Obviously, we want to have a vast array of different offerings, but I think this could be one aspect that we're really missing. I'd like to see this paired with not only Commissioner Cook in the Parks and Recreation Department, but the Department of Public Works as well. So Councilor McCarthy and I, and he's going to speak a little bit about how he oversaw and administered this program in his time before being elected. But I think we have an opportunity to pilot it. I'd love to see it happen this year, offer some kids an opportunity to learn something, learn a new trade, work with some of our great city workers, make a little bit of extra money, and really give back to this city. The second aspect that I think we should have when we hold our hearing, and I hope we'll have an expedited hearing on this, is about possibly extending it in some capacity to the winter months as well, to help with snow removal, to help with cleanup. I think we have a great opportunity to bring a project that really worked well, to bring it back. It'll be tremendously impactful for young Bostonians, and urge you all to co-sponsor. And want to thank Councilor McCarthy. This is something he and I have been bandying about for quite some time. Literally, he is the expert on this, and always great to partner with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor O'Malley. Councilor McCarthy, you have the floor.
I never thought I'd be talking about Red Shirts again. So when I started for the Red Shirts, you want to talk about age, Matt, I had a shirt, and on the left chest it said Raymond L. Flynn, Mayor. And Billy probably worked for me, and if you were working in the late 90s, you would have worked for me as well. The Red Shirt's a great program. The Gray Shirts, we turned it in, and as Matt said, due to budget constraints, we focused a lot on the community-based organizations. Back in the day, we had a winter work program, and I know that the councilors who were in this chamber at that time utilized that winter work program. They all worked out of local CBOs where 10 to 15 kids would report if school was canceled, or even on the weekends to help out with ramps and fire hydrants. And if you're giving JP Licks things out for fire hydrants, you better watch yourself this year. It's a phenomenal program that we can stretch throughout the year, and I couldn't agree with Councilor O'Malley more. I appreciate the fact that he reached out to me for this. I'm looking forward to it. It was a program that I enjoyed for 9 summers, 10 years, and I think that just about everybody in Boston in that age group worked for the Red Shirts or worked for a CBO site, a YMCA, a Boys and Girls Club, and I think that it was an imperative. It was such an imperative program when we started the Boston Miracle and kids were working. And I know that there's a certain clerk here who used to call me all the time and say things like, "Don't tell the other side of the 5th floor, but this person missed the Hope line," and we take care of business. So it was all good. But I'm looking forward to a new day of the Red Shirts and giving youth opportunity. And I hope everybody jumps in.